I didn't say a word when they slid that eviction notice across the table. Just quietly pushed forward a faded 1923 water rights deed and watched the room go dead silentity. 5 shiny new McMansions suddenly turned into accidental lakefront property. That's the day the Willowbrook Estates HOA found out just how badly they'd underestimated me. And if you're watching this, you might want to grab your popcorn because you're about to see the wildest HOA takedown in Texas federal water law meets gravity. And let me tell you, neither one cares about your tennis outfit or your golf cart patrol. Name's Jake Morrison, 34, Army Corps of Engineers, and third generation to run these 47 acres just outside Austin. My grandfather, Pops, bought this land back when barbecue smoke outnumbered traffic lights, and the loudest thing on a Saturday was the high school marching band. Pops built a simple earth dam back in '78. Nothing fancy, just some real down-home engineering to help the cattle and keep the creek running for the neighbors when the summers baked the land. He always said, this back 40's going to be worth something, but you don't rush good things. I grew up chasing fireflies and fixing fences here then. I went off to Afghanistan, learned what real thirst was, and came back seeing water for the gold it really is. 2 tours later, Pops was gone, the land tied up in a trust, and my sister Sarah, God bless her Californian heart, was in charge but didn't know land law from a surfboard. Here's where the nightmare begins. Sarah hires a management company to handle taxes, but never checks the fine print. In slips Margaret Maggie, Thornwealth HOA president, Queen Bee of Willowbrook, wife to Councilman Rick, owner of a closet full of tennis skirts and a mind sharper than her perfume. Maggie can kill you with kindness and a smile while draining your wallet for beautification fees. And when I finally come home, boots crunching gravel under that old oak where I carved my name as a kid, I don't see cattle. I see survey stakes, concrete trucks, and crews all over the back 40. Permits are all in order, sir. Willowbrook property now. The foreman didn't even pretend to feel bad. Officer Martinez explains the scam, adverse possession. If nobody uses land for a while, you can claim it if you improve it. It's an old Texas law, now weaponized by HOAs and developers. That's when Maggie herself rolls up in her golf cart, dripping fake Southern sugar. Honey, your family abandoned this land. We're just doing what's best for the community. I nearly laughed then. I saw her crews had diverted the creek, draining Pop's Dam, destroying 45 years of careful water management. That's when I realized this wasn't just a land grab. This was war. The first lawyer I called quoted 85 grand just to challenge the zoning change. Turns out, while I was ducking mortars overseas, Maggie's husband Rick pushed through an emergency rezoning prime farmland now marked for luxury homes. But see, I'm Army Corps. I hunt details like I used to hunt IDs. In the dusty records, I found Pop's original dam permits. Army Corps design, federal jurisdiction. That meant the HOA had no business overriding anything. But here's the kicker. Buried deep in courthouse files was a 1923 deed me great-granddad bought senior water rights to all of Willow Creek. Those rights predate the county, the city, and every last one of those $900,000 houses. Meanwhile, Maggie goes full drama emergency, HOA meeting, TV news about dangerous dams, crocodile tears for the kids. I watch her on the 6 o'clock news, dabbing at her eyes, acting like I was some madman hoarding water. She blasted me on the neighborhood app, painting me as a troubled veteran. Everybody in town knew who she meant. Construction crews worked day and night, and every evening, Pop's Dam dropped another inch. Sarah begged me from California to sell. Just take the money and walk away, Jake. But it wasn't about money anymore. So I call my old Army buddy Tony, now EPA enforcement. Jake, if they're diverting water without federal permits, that's a Clean Water Act violation. Suddenly, the game changed. I set up trail cams, measured water flows, documented every stolen gallon. Maggie cranked up the pressure. HOA safety patrols parked at my gate, wrote up visitors, called in complaints about everything from my porch to my radio. Rick even called in a wellness check on me, and the parade of inspectors, fire, building, animal control rolled through like it was Fallujah, not Austin. But see, two can play at that game. Tony flagged Maggie's little construction for environmental violations fines that start at 50 grand a day. My research turned up that Willowbrook was built in a 100-year floodplain, insurance only granted after the HOA lied about risk and permanently diverted the creek right into my land. That's criminal fraud, not just bad manners. Maggie had run the same scam in Houston, skipped town just before a $2.3 million EPA fine hit. Turns out, she's a pro. I started finding other victims, Mrs. Chun, whose family garden dried up, Miguel Santos, whose farm got bulldozed by Rick's rezoning. This was a Paterna full-on, city-sanctioned land grab. We teamed up, formed a coalition, and started gathering evidence. Water theft, environmental destruction, even the death of protected Guadalupe base in the creek. Every night, I worked by flashlight, restoring the old dam controls, prepping for something big. And then, the city threatened eminent domain seize my land for public safety, offering pennies on the dollar. Maggie staged a photo op with worried moms and viral hashtags, painting me as the menace. Tony called the EPA investigation was rolling, and Maggie's fraud was about to be exposed. Still, Maggie tried to buy me out for $400,000. I refused, and she flew to California to guilt-trip my sister, but Sarah wasn't fooled. That's when Amanda Cross, pro bono environmental lawyer, joined us. She dug up a covenant from '78. The dam had to maintain natural seasonal flows for downstream agriculture. Federal law, HOA be damned. Now here's the Twist Pops Dam, Army Corps designed, had hidden hydraulic spillways, perfect for restoring the creek's flow. The recent rain meant the dam was full. If I timed it right, I could flood the original channel, restoring the creek and exposing Maggie's illegal diversion all under legal cover, with the feds watching. My team Amanda, Tony, Mrs. Chun, Miguel prepped everything. Drone recon, safety notifications, legal filings, local press, fire department on standby. The HOA tried to sabotage us private security in tactical gear, caught on camera pouring concrete into my controls. Tony tipped off the sheriff, and the deputies caught them in the act. Dawn broke with storm clouds on the horizon and federal agents at my porch. At 7:02 a.m., I opened the spillway, letting water flow down its rightful path. No destruction, no panic, just the sound of a creek returning home. Miguel knelt in the grass, cupping clear water in his hands, and I swear I saw tears. Maggie screamed for my arrest, live on Facebook, but EPA agent Kim simply told her, "This gentleman is within his rights." Helicopters overhead, reporters everywhere, the whole town watching as Maggie's narrative fell apart. No homes flooded, just water flowing exactly where it belonged. The city councilman resigned, Rick faced federal charges, and the insurance company froze. All coverage work on Willowbrook stopped that day. The court hearing was standing room only. Maggie's lawyers paraded in experts, claimed millions in damages, tried to paint me as a dangerous vet. Amanda dropped the bomb. Federal permits, environmental violations, the dam's original covenant. EPA, Texas Parks and Wildlife, even local farmers testified. When Amanda played Rick's recorded call about destroying property values, it was game over. The judge ruled for Mespaway operation was legal, HOA interference illegal, and all further development frozen, pending investigation. 6 months later, Maggie's bankrupt, Rick's in prison, the HOA dissolved, and my property's value has never been higher. The restored creek now feeds local farms, brings back wildlife, and draws eco-tourists instead of lawsuits. Mrs. Chin's garden blooms again, Miguel's family farm thrives, and Pop's legacy isn't just preserved, it's celebrated. We started a scholarship, hosted a festival, and even Sarah moved back from California to help run the place. Our story spread statewide, other communities fighting back, inspired by a bunch of farmers, old ladies, and one stubborn engineer. So, here's what I learned. Sometimes you have to flood the valley to save the creek, but you never do it alone. You do it for the neighbors who remember when water meant life, not lawsuits. You fight the bullies, document everything, and never let go of what's rightfully yours. Drop a comment below, share your own HOA nightmare, or just let me know what you'd have done. Because in the end, water finds a way. And so does justice. Hit subscribe if you want more true stories about standing up, fighting back, and letting the good guys win for once next week. I'll tell you how my neighbor cut power to City Hall during the mayor's wedding. But for now, Willow Creek flows free. Why Island it always will.